Hello and welcome. This is the Phantom291 and I'm here with another LEGO showcase of my customs. This is my Ant Man showcase, so I have, obviously, Ant Man, Scott Lang, and Darren Cross, the Yellowjacket. And I also have a mock of Anthony the Ant and a micro-scale Ant Man. So let's move on to the review of Ant Man. So here we have my Ant Man figure, and I've been working on this guy since January. Not constantly, but I started this figure in January. So much has changed on this figure. I've redone the torso, the back of the torso, the helmet, because originally it was just a flat, basic head that I painted. I might show that off. It's been such a long ride, but I am so excited for this figure to be done and look as great as it did. So let's look at the helmet. So the helmet is painted as accurately as I could. I did just some molding clay. If you're doing this, you want air hardening ones, because it might melt the helmet if you have to cook it with it in the helmet. So you want air hardening stuff, if the clay, if you are using it to make customs. And then I painted it, the whole thing, a more shiny silver, except for the dual molded red bits. So then this is right in this like gap in here. There's the gunmetal color, and up here are black lines, and that's pretty basic. So then under the helmet, I just have the official LEGO Scott Lang head. So the torso, I think looks great. It's just, well, the chest piece, I did this all in a bright red, and then just the silver lining. Obviously, I can't say this enough. If you're doing stuff like this, make the red, and then put the silver around it, and then, just trying to get rid of the shadows, you can see some black lines going through it. Obviously, put those on last. And then the back is, well, basic, but it is on the suit for the detail I felt I needed to put on. So then the arms are, well, somewhat basic. So it's just the shoulder pad with the silver line going down, and then the wrist piece. No hand detailing. The belt is, well, actually somewhat complicated. I painted silver, and then I did the red circle, then the two black little half circle, or just line things around it, then the lines, then the two red dots here and here. Then the back of the belt is pretty basic. So here's the side. And here is the front of the legs. And here's the other side. So happy this figure is done, and so is my review of it. So let's move on to Yellowjacket. So here we have Darren Cross, the evil Yellowjacket. So I don't know why LEGO does this so much with the wrong color for Thor and all this stuff. He's also on black, in a black suit mainly, so I don't know why they did it gunmetal, but there are gunmetal detailings on here, so I guess I can sort of see why they did it. So the helmet is just the one from the LEGO set. I didn't have to do any alterations, except I painted it black, so I didn't have to do any molding alterations. Then the torso is rather complicated, but I think it looks great. It's all the detail I needed, because both these suits are really complicated, so I just put in the details I thought they needed to make it look like the characters. And then arm, it's the same on the other arm. I got it pretty well looking the same. Here's the leg detailing. And I went so, and there's nothing on this side, and there's really nothing on the back because, and I did this whole review so fast because I wanted to get to this part. So this is his, like, you know what, I'm gonna cut and show you this by itself. So I don't like painting bricks because I know I'm gonna use them for other things sometime in the future, so I didn't paint this at all. It's just a big black thing. So I focused on articulation when building this and accuracy. So I'm going to put my camera back on the stand to show you the articulation. So these arms can have a hinge here, can go up and down here, and swivel here on both arms. So then it just connects to the back with one of these pretty standard back pieces with a stud. And voila! So there you have my Yellowjacket. So now let's move on to miniature Ant Man. This is super up close, so you can just see all the detailing. There actually is some basic detailing on the head. I have the eyes and a sort of the breathing thing on there, but it's not really showing up with my camera. You can kind of see the red dots. It's very basic, but it's so small. I did the best I could. The only silver on the chest piece, I got the silver line going up. You can kind of see it sometimes. Here, I'll get it more in the light. So now you can see that. So now let's move on to Antony the Ant. So here is Antony the Ant. So it's a pretty basic build. I just got it to be smaller than the Lego one because he's supposed to be shrinking down to the size of an ant. So I just thought the Lego one was a little too big. So a ball joint on the head and on the back. Wings hinge up and down here. And each of the legs are on a hinge. If you want to see how to build this guy, I will make a video if you guys want it. And you can fit a figure on the back, despite the smaller size of it. So yeah, there's that. So now let's move on to comparison time. So here are the three Ant-Mans. So this is my custom Ant-Man. This is the one that comes with the Lego set, but with my original painted head. This is the Hank Pym Ant-Man. Here are the two Ant-Mans riding Antonies, and this Antony's so big, he's coming out of my review station. So I just knew that needed to be smaller. All in all, these figures are as awesome as the movie was. I just got back from seeing it, and I loved every minute of it. But I knew I would. I've read Ant-Man since I was 10, when I started reading comics. So, having one of my all-time favorite superheroes, in fact, he was my favorite for a long time, being in his own movie it's amazing because I never thought he would be in his own movie. And against his arch nemesis, Yellowjacket, even if it's the wrong person in the suit. Scott Lang's always been my favorite Ant-Man, so when I heard he was the Ant-Man in the movie, I was so excited. But yeah, the movie was awesome, the figures are awesome, and I'm just so excited. So, if this video has inspired you to make your own custom Ant-Man figures, Antony the Ant, Mini Ant-Man, Yellowjacket, you could tweet me a picture at ThePhantom291 Twitter, and while you're there, why not follow? And I can't even think of my outro. Oh, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Other than that, guys, this has been ThePhantom291, and I'm out.